Hey guys, so just a quick, short, hopefully unbroken video talking about the movies coming out at the MMFF New Wave 2015. That of course is the Metro Manila Film Festival, like Indie Division, and I plan to catch all five of them again just like last year. And pretty much all these movies are only going to last for one very lonely week because everyone's gonna be out watching Star Wars. All these movies premiere starting tomorrow on the 17th and they'll last until the 24th. The 25th is when the main Metro Manila Film Festival will happen. So goodbye to those movies, goodbye to Star Wars for a week, for 2 weeks actually. But I am seeing Star Wars tomorrow, thankfully, by the way. But I won't be able to review it until much later, but I'll be sure to have something related to Star Wars, which I will still put up. I'll try to put up tomorrow or the day after that. But yeah, that's why I want to catch these movies during this 1 week after I watch Star Wars, because they're probably never gonna see the light of day ever again. I didn't particularly like any of the entries last year at the New Wave section, although the one movie, Magkakabaong, went to win quite a few awards both here and overseas. So I'm hoping for at least one gem here. Okay, apparently this video is not unbroken. Sorry for the cut, I suppose. But anyways, I'm gonna run down very quickly through the 5 films debuting at the New Wave section, as well as just my quick thoughts on them based on their synopses, their trailers, and what I know about them so far. So first of all, we have Addy, My Life with a King. And the synopsis reads, the story of a Kapampangan youth who doesn't know or want to speak in Kapampangan until he runs into a compelling but weird character known as the King of Kapampangan Poets. This is the first feature-length film from director Carlo Catu, and this seems to be funded by Holy Angel University in Pampanga and the Center for Kapampangan Studies. And it's always good to see regional films, especially ones funded by these organizations that have nothing to do with filmmaking, really. It's always nice to kind of see a fresh perspective like that. But I can't really say anything much based on the trailer we have, although the premise is quite interesting, I think, and movies about art and literature always do grab my interest. I am a writer myself, an aspiring writer, but I'm not a poet. I have a lot of respect for poets because I just can't grasp that literary form just yet. But yeah, it might be interesting. Next is Mandirigma, and the synopsis reads, Mandirigma is a story of love, family, and quest for peace in the midst of an internal war that has claimed the lives of many. This is brought to us by director Arlen de la Cruz, who directed last year's Maratabat, which makes me a bit nervous since while I thought that movie had a lot of goodwill behind it, I could tell that the director had a lot of passion for the subject matter, but kind of leaned more towards the political side and kind of forgot a bit about certain aspects of filmmaking. So I'm hoping that this movie kind of fixes that aspect, although the trailer and the promotions for this movie really are not selling me at all, unfortunately. It looks very propaganda-y, and we don't really have a good reputation with modern action films, I think. And I'm not sure, but I think I saw Mon Confiado in the trailer. I'm not sure. Hopefully he's in this movie. I know Ping Medina is in this movie. He's good sometimes if he has a good script to work with. Next up we have Tandem, and the synopsis here reads, in the traffic-laden streets of Metro Manila, two brothers use the chaos of the city roads as a smokescreen for their shady occupation, tandem robbers on motorbike. But when a robbery goes sour, the brothers are forced to graduate from low-level thieves to high-profile hitmen in an act that tests both their resolve and their relationship. Now this is the one I really have high hopes for. This is directed by King Palisok, who did the Makina segment from last year's anthology film Bang Bang Alley, and his segment was great. It was so good. And I'm hoping for the same kind of psychological edge here that he brought to Makina. And just based on the trailer, the visuals look great. I'm hoping for some really cool like motorcycle action because it does look well directed from what I've seen so far. J.M. de Guzman is in this movie and he looks great. He looks nothing like his role from that thing called Tadhana. And Nico Antonio is also in this movie, and I've always been a fan of him, and I wish people would keep giving him meteor roles like this. So I'm really excited for this one. Number 4, we have Toto, and the synopsis is, when a young Filipino room service attendant schemes to attain a US visa, put the lives of his loved ones in danger, he is forced to question the extremity of his actions and reevaluate the cost of fulfilling his dreams. I have high hopes for this one too. It's directed by John Paul Su, who has a lot of IMDb credits, but most notably he was an assistant director for Hari ng Tondo, which I enjoyed very, very much. This looks like a super fun movie based on the trailer. Like immediately right off the bat, you have a lot of references to Tom Cruise movies, and I love Tom Cruise, so that was really cool. And Sid Lucero is the lead here, and he is quite simply one of the best actors working today. If you can catch Love Diaz as Norte Hangganan ng Kasaysayan, he puts up like an Oscar-worthy performance in that movie, I swear. I'm pretty sure I saw Che Ramos in this movie, who's always great. Mara Lopez is also here, and she's like Nico Antonio for me. Like I like her, but only when she's really given a good role, because she doesn't always do well if it's like a bad script, and she's really pretty, yeah. And finally we have Turo Turo. The synopsis reads, young boy Nilo tries to teach his father how to read, write, and count in order for his father not to be ridiculed by people, knowing that only proper education can save them from poverty. This is directed by actor Ray Andulay. I'll assume he's related to the director Zig Dulay. The synopsis makes it kind of sound like a melodrama with good intentions. Like I can understand, like I feel like I'll be able to understand the drive behind making this movie. But the trailer honestly seems pretty aimless. Like it kind of comes across as a comedy as well. I also don't really have that much to say about this one, I guess, based on the trailer alone. I also just have a bad feeling about it, mostly because the production values just don't seem up to par with some of the other entries here. But that's pretty much it for the MMFF New Wave 2015. I hope you guys still get to support local cinema before the main MMFF this Christmas. I have no idea if these movies are gonna be good, but you know, they're coming out for 1 week, and it's an opportunity for us to see some promising local talent, hopefully. And take note, there will be a live-action short film and an animated short film before each of the 5 movies, so you get that as well. And just a note about Star Wars The Force Awakens, yes, it will disappear as soon as MMFF hits, but I believe that the 3D theaters and the IMAX theaters will still be showing Star Wars, and it'll come back to normal, regular 2D theaters after 2 weeks from the beginning of the MMFF. So you still have time to watch Star Wars, don't worry about it. But yeah, those are my quick thoughts on the MMFF New Wave 2015. What do you guys think about the entries? Whatever you thought, whether you agree with me or not, please leave me a comment. Let's have a conversation.